Hello, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to speak about what I just saw from these past two games in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, because for the first time in 5 years, there will be not a single MLS team in the final of the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and this is an utter disaster because the last two or three times it was absolute destruction. And now we have to deal with this shit. Like, oh my goodness, can we catch a break? Like, I saw both of these games, and both of LAFC and Nashville decided not to show up at all, especially during the second leg. And today I'm going to be talking about what I just saw from both of these matchups. So let's get on with the video. But before we continue, I'd like to tell you guys to like and subscribe, because it is very important that you guys like and subscribe so you guys can never miss another video. And to also not to forget to follow me on X and on TikTok, because there will be more content for you guys on those pages. So let's get on with the video. Let's start off first with Nashville versus Tigres. Out of both matchups, I wasn't expecting this one to be close at all, but Nashville did manage to keep it interesting, and it was kind of a 50-50 matchup for both of these games. I think Nashville's defense did hold up pretty good, and the goalkeeper Brian Schwarke, I think he's a pretty decent goalkeeper, just to say the least. Like, I think that match against America and the Azteca was a very good game from him, and he had many good games both in the MLS and in this tournament. But the thing that came back to bite Nashville was the fact that they only managed to score 2 goals through 6 games. Like, you cannot win a tournament if you're only going to be able to score 2 goals through 6 games in the knockout phase. And honestly, like, they're kind of lucky that they even made it this far. They managed to beat Inter Miami by away goals. Then they barely beat America and managed to pull off an insane victory over there in the Azteca, or El Estadio Bar Norte, which is called now. And then, well, against Tigres, well, their luck ran out. And, well, okay, the thing about this team that they need to fix for next season, if they manage to compete in the CONCACAF Champions Cup again, is that they need to solve that problem that they have in the offense. Ani Mukhtar is getting up there in age, and during this tournament, he was kind of a shadow of his former self. Cristian Espinoza, although he was decent for sometimes, but for both of these two recent games in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, he was almost non-existent at some point, so they gotta solve that issue. But the defense is pretty freaking good. So yeah, next I'm going with the fiasco. Now going into the fiasco that was LAFC versus Toluca. For the first leg, I was kind of optimistic. It was a very good game from LAFC. They did manage to pull out a 2-1 win. But the unfortunate part was that they end up conceding a goal. And with the away goal rule, you just leave a lot of stakes up in hand. And oh my goodness, for the second leg, it was horrific. The second I saw that starting 11, I just knew it was over. Like, I do not know what Dos Santos was thinking. He was trying to play haram ball. He was trying to play a tourist style play, but it did not work at all. Tim Tillman, I do not know why is this dude playing out wide. He was the worst player on the field for LAFC. He obviously had that one miss where, like, Danny Buanga, he was through on goal. He probably should have finished it, but the rebound, oh my goodness. Tim Tillman literally has a open net. Open net. If it was Malik Tillman, like, he would at least headed the ball. But since we forget that it's Tim Tillman, well, oh my goodness, the guy decides to blast it off the crossbar, like above the crossbar. I mean, like, how are you even a professional soccer player? Like, I do not know how is that even possible. But the second I saw that miss, I knew it was over. The first half, LAFC were lucky that they didn't even end up conceding a goal, because I remember 2 shots, they ended up ricocheting off the post, and Hugo Lloris made 1 or 2 very good saves, and then in the second half, it just collapsed. And that penalty was a 50-50 call, but if you're going to be defending on that call, like, I do not understand, like, what's your point of view if you're going to be depending on that call. But once they end up conceding that goal, it just collapsed everything. Everardo Lopez had a strike from long distance, probably one of the best goals I've seen. during this tournament. He just scored an absolute belter. Hugo Lloris had no chance. And then Paulinho scored 2 goals in extra time. And for the first time in 5 years, we're not going to see a single MLS team participate in the final of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. An absolute disaster from Marco Dos Santos and also from LAFC. Danny Bouanga and Heung-min Son ghosted in this game. Tim Tillman was awful. The both midfielders, Choinier and Delgado, were atrocious. They didn't even know how to pass a ball during the game. And then the two fullbacks, Valencia and Schaffelberg, were absolutely atrocious as well. The center backs were shaky. The only one who came to play was Hugo Lloris. And, oh my goodness, it was Hugo Lloris against Toluca during the game. Now going into the why part, there's a lot of reasons of why are we seeing this in the MLS and during this tournament against Liga MX teams. The obvious one, I feel like a broken record now, has to be the salary cap. The salary cap, the MLS owners, Don Garber, and all the team owners, they barely even raise it up 1 to 2% every single year. And when you're doing that, you're obviously going to stagnate. And now we're seeing the results of stagnation. And again, why are we always seeing this? And barely, they're starting to have discussions about raising the salary cap at least by a significant amount. And it's nothing special like 1 or 2 added DP spots, but it's only a couple million in the GAM or TAM or whatever it's called. Oh my goodness, decided to risk something for once. The moment Messi came into the league should have been the moment that, hey, maybe you can have 1 or 2 more DP spots. But no, we're still in this phase. And if MLS wants to be a serious league, they have to be the best league in their own confederation, with this CONCACAF, which is a pretty mediocre confederation, to be honest. And again, they're not even the best league in the confederation. So if the MLS wants to be a serious league, they have to focus on winning this tournament first. And obviously, the other one has to be mediocre coaching. Marco Dos Santos has a pretty talented team. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. It's the MLS. There's always going to be limitations when it comes to the squad. But you have attackers like Danny Bouanga, Heung-min Son, David Martinez. You have midfielders like Stefan Eustáquio. And you obviously have in goal Hugo Lloris. But you do not know how to build around your best players. And it was pretty obvious in the second leg. You decided to leave David Martinez, the best creative player on your team, on the bench. He's not even that good of a creator, but at least he'll be providing a spark of it. But you decide to leave him on the bench, and the second you bring him on in the 60-something minute, he looks like your best player instantly. And I was wondering, where was this all game? And then you decided to go for a back 5 in this game when you not even tried it that much. Oh my goodness. This is the reason why the MLS cannot advance. And if the MLS wants to start to win this tournament, they obviously have to raise the salary cap and have to improve the coaching problem. Because I can go on and on about this, but I feel like a broken record at this point. So yeah, this is all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.